Yep. And then stay here or lift up and curl back. Yep, that's it. Take one more breath, extend up to your fingertips, and then as you exhale, slowly let your hips release back down. Okay, great. We're gonna come stand up. I lost my block. I think I gave it away in the last class. Let me grab a block. Does everybody have a block? We're gonna do a couple things with a block. I'm gonna bring my screen over so I can see you guys. And I'm gonna put the music back on because that's nice. Okay, grab your block. We're going to do some standing abdominals. I want to take off my sweatshirt. So here's the caveat for these. Here's the first movement I'll show you. Hang on. So many fidgety things today. Sorry. Okay. Clothes are good. Hair is good. So here's the movement. Watch me for a moment. We're going to go from upper right down to lower left. So it's kind of a chopping movement like this. But here's what I want you to think about. So watch me for a second. It's not this. It's not like down to the floor. It's just a rounding here. So as I'm coming down, I'm just going right outside the knee. I'm not coming super low. And then back up, stretching out the abdominals. Feet about hip distance and knees a little soft. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And then exhale. Outside the right, left knee. Inhale up to the right. Exhale, like a chopping motion and a rounding of the spine. You should feel this in your abdominals. Inhale up, exhale over, and one more. Inhale, big exhale. All right, just come to center. Do you guys feel that a little bit? Yeah, you have to sort of be intentional about how you're doing it or else you're just sort of coming up and down like this and your knees are bending and your abdominals are a little involved in that, but we can be more intentional about really targeting there. Okay, arms up and to the left, knees a little soft. Good, exhale over to the right. Big breath out. Inhale, big breath out. Over to the right, outside the right knee. Inhale, exhale. One more, no, two more. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. One more, and exhale. Okay, good. Now go to center, arms up, same thing. So it's not like just like a collapsing down, a bending of the knees. It's a small movement right here. Yep. Let your spine round, tone your belly, navel to spine. Inhale up. Good. Last two. Last one. Okay, good. Come up to neutral spine. Just set the block to the side for a moment. Feet wide apart. Let's just do a little leg warm up. So actually for this one, face the long edge of your mat. And we're just going to bend and straighten the knees a few times. So you could do this with the hands. Sorry, I should have said this. You could keep the block if you need it. Hands on the block. Yeah. Sorry, I should have said that. Okay, so we're going to sit the hips back into a squat, hands on the floor or block, and then exhale and straighten the legs. And just bend and straighten a few times. Focusing on the breath, the in and the out. So that's prana, apana, but feel them meet in the middle. Feel the two flows of breath, the upward movement of prana, the downward movement of apana, just meet in the center and help you to stabilize, to center yourself. Good, next time your legs are straight, just hold there, let your upper body soften a little bit. And with each exhale, feel the lift of the belly just draw you deeper into the forward bend. All right. Come on up with your block. Here's the next one. Just watch me for this one. This is like a combined movement. This is how yoga makes you smarter. It's all these cross body movements. It's good for your brain. All right, watch. This is the movement. So I have the block in my left hand. My left foot's back a little bit. My knees are soft. It's two movements. Sorry, I'm going to start here. Just watch me first. So it's two movements. This is one, and this is the other. And we're going to try to do it together. So it's a press up and a twist. Your hips can skew a little bit to the right and then down. And if you're at home and you have weights and you want to do this with weights, this is really a kettlebell exercise. You do it weighted. It's a good thoracic mobility, shoulder mobility exercise. So right foot back a little bit behind the left. Knees soft. Start with your block in your right hand. Good. In your right hand. That's it. Good. So, nope, sorry, in your left hand. You were right. In your left hand, in your left hand. Okay, then press it up, twist, and drop your right elbow to your right knee. Have your wrist right above your shoulder. So stretch your arm up straight, wrist above shoulder. And you try to look up. That's it. And then bring it down and come upright. That's the movement. And then twist. Press the block up, twist to the right, turn your belly, look up. And then come up, bring the block down. Try it a couple more. Press up and twist as a windmill. It's called a windmill. Yep. And then down. So Sharon, just straight up. So it's this and then twist. No. But you're bending your knee. You're kind of like looking. I'm not sure what you're doing. You're bending your knee. You're bringing your elbow down to your knee. Okay. And then back up. Okay, is that making sense? You know what? I think I messed you guys up. I think I said right foot back and I meant left foot. So it's the block that's on that's why it's my fault. Okay. It's my fault. So yeah, the side the block that you're holding the hand in, that's the foot that's back a little bit. Yeah. That should be easier. Try it that way. That was my fault. There, that's better. Straight up with the block, straight up, and twist. Okay, let's do the other side. So now, for real, back with the right foot a little bit. Hold the block in your right hand, and we're going to twist left. Yeah, that was my bad, my fault. So it's arms straight up, twist, left, drop, left elbow to lefty, and then come back up. So this should feel easier now, right? Twist, elbow to knee, press up, and then bring that block down and come upright. Yep, just like that. Couple more. Focus on twisting and looking up and moving that top shoulder back. Yep. Reach up, move the top shoulder back. Okay, do one more. Twist. Okay, and then back to center. All right. Set your block over to the side for real this time. And then we're going to do one more upright. Again, you can face the long edge for this one. We're going to come into a high, wide squat. So for this one, you want your knees pointing at your at the second toe and right over the ankle. So you might have to adjust the angle of your feet so that your kneecaps are pointing straight ahead. All right, take your hands to your inner knees. Use your hands to create a little stretch of your inner thighs. So press your knees wide, sit your hips down low. That's it. Now stay here in your lower body. Just take your elbows up to cactus arms. Take a breath. As you exhale, twist to the right, just turn. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist left. Try to keep your legs steady. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. That's it. Turn your whole rib cage. Turn your shoulders. Inhale, center. One more. Each side. Okay, good. And then stretch your legs straight. Release your arms. Heel toe in. Step up for a moment, you do a little march, and then just land into Tadasana, into mountain pose. Stand tall, eyes closed. Just feel the circulation of your breath. Feel the circulation, your heart beating. And then see if you can feel a pooling of energy, a gathering of energy into the belly as we stimulated all those abdominal muscles and a waking up of the Samana Vayu. Okay, we're going to step wide again, so face the long edge. If you've turned, face the long edge. One more time. Go into warrior two. So turn your right foot out. Line up your right heel. If your feet were together, they'd be like this. So line up right heel to left instep and wide apart with the feet so that as you bend into the right knee, the knee comes right over your ankle. Left leg stays straight or as straight as the leg will be. Yeah, that's it. Try to have your right, I know that knee is a thing. So have the knee pointing as straight ahead as you can. Stretch your arms out. Relax the tops of your shoulders down. Yeah, and then just play with the pulsation of energy. Feel a sense of drawing up from your feet into the belly, down from the crown of your head into the belly, in from your fingers, up through your arms, into the belly. And then from the belly, just sending energy back out, down through the legs, up through the spine, out through the fingers. And just play with that as you breathe. 2 more breaths. Direct the flow of prana into the energy center in the belly. All right, release your arms, straighten your leg for a moment. We're going to stay on this side, do one more pose, but just let's give that thigh muscle a rest for a second. And then we're going to rebend and take the forearm down to the thigh for Parshva Konasana. You may need to shorten up your stance a little bit. Okay, then instead of letting your weight just kind of collapse onto your side, push your elbow down so that you have a length in your spine. Good, take your top hand on your hip, your left hand. That's good. Now push your right elbow down, turn your belly from right to left. Move your left shoulder, keep your right shoulder back, but move your left shoulder back. Yeah, that's it, Margaret, good. Yes, everybody looks good. Stretch top arm to the sky. You got it. Top arm, yeah, you got it. That's good. Slide your shoulder blade down your back, sweep your arm over your ear, reach to the front of your mat. That's good. And then breathe. Again, pull. As you breathe in, feel that energy pooling, drawing into the center, and then expanding away from the center. As you breathe, one more breath. Good. Inhale, come on up. And turn the feet forward. This is really about sort of a marrying together of knowledge and power, right? Because knowledge, it's like our discernment, we take stuff in, we learn from it, right? Knowledge without power is stagnant. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays there, right? Power without knowledge is just scary. We see that a lot too, but we want to harness those two things together, right? And that's what we're working with, that discernment of moving the knowledge and our wisdom through our bodies. Okay, left foot out. Heel to instep, so line up there first. Warrior two first, so arms to the sides, bend into the left knee. Have the left knee pointing straight at the second toe. That's it. Push into the back foot. That's it. Relax the tops of your shoulders. And just have that sense of drawing up and in, connecting to your wisdom, harnessing the power of it, and then sending it out into the world as a force for good, as a force for healing, as a force for beauty in the world. Okay, release your arms, straighten your leg for a moment. Just give that thigh a moment to rest. And then we'll go to Parshvakonasana, so rebend. Right hand on your right hip, left elbow to the left thigh. And you're kind of palm up. And even make your fingers part of the pose here. So like you're carrying a waiter, a tray from the bar to a table, right? So have the hand out so even there's energy in the fingers there. Push your elbow down, turn your belly from left to right. Stretch your top arm to the sky. Good. Keeping your left shoulder back, move your right shoulder back. Turn your belly a little more from left to right. Sweep your arm over your ear. Stretch to your fingertips. That's it. Good. One more breath here. Feeling that meeting in the middle, that balancing action in the belly. Push to your feet, come on upright. Turn your toes forward. Good. Just step in and you could do a little march for a moment. We're going to do one more standing pose. I just wanted to give the legs a break for a second. So we're going to go to triangle. So we're going to step wide one more time. Same lining up of the feet. So we start from here. We pivot on the right foot. Line up right heel, left instep. For this one, legs are straight. But you want to do it without locking out the knee, right? So keep your calf muscle firing up. Firm your thigh muscles. And just feel that pulling up of energy into the center. It's going to help you with the balance too. This Samana Vayu is about balance on all levels, physical, mental, emotional. It's about bringing us to balance. So pull up into the center, feel it steady you, and then as you reach out and over, so keep that feeling of pulling up and in. Pull into the belly. Take your hand down to your right leg. Take your left hand to the sky. That's it. Stretch your legs as straight as you can. Good. Then same thing we just did in Parshvakonasana. Try to do a little bit more turning of right to left, keeping both shoulders back, turn your belly. Good. Breathe deep into the belly. Feel that energy get stimulated, wake up a little bit, and then let it spread down through your legs, up through your arms, out through your spine. Good. Push to your feet and come on up. Release your arms. Okay. Second side. So when we come to the second side, make sure you turn that right foot in a little bit. Pivot on your left foot. Legs are straight for this one. So both legs straight without locking out the knee. Pull up through your legs into the center. So feel a lift that happens with that. Stretch your arms out long. Good. Shift over the left leg. Hand to the shin or anywhere but on the knee. Yeah, you want to be on the knee joint. Good. And then once you settle there, try to create a little bit more rotation. Using the abdominal muscles to rotate around the spine. Take your left ribs forward, your right ribs back, your right shoulder back, your head back a little bit. Breathe into the belly. Breathe out, let the energy extend all the way to the tips of the fingers. Good, and then push to your feet and come on up. Turn your feet forward, step your feet together, take a little march. All right. So let's take a shoulder opener. If your hands lace together easily behind your back, you'll do it with your hands laced together. The idea is we want to get the arms straight back behind. So if that's really difficult to do, you can hold a strap in your hands behind. And for a lot of times men need that strap because it's your shoulders are broader than ours are. So hold the strap behind. Yeah. And then stretch your arms straight back behind. That's it. Good. Stabilize your belly. So tone your belly a little bit, tone your pelvic floor. And then keep that lift, draw your shoulders back. Maybe come into a little baby back bend here, looking up gently. And then from your hips, hinge forward, reach your arms overhead towards the sky, let your head release. If you feel pulling in your back, bend your knees. If you feel a lot of pulling in your hamstrings, bend your knees. I just want you to get the shoulder stretch here. So you can soften out of the knees a little bit and really reach your arms to the sky. At the same time, extend your heart, your chest down towards the floor and your head down towards the floor. Take one more breath. Good. And then lengthen your spine. Look forward. You can rest your hands on your back and come on all the way up. And release your hands or your strap and just do a little shoulder roll. Okay, good. Come stand at the front of your mat. Put your blocks in front of you. I had music on, but I'm not hearing it. Okay, blocks in front. Actually, I'm going to do this way. Okay, I'm going to stand with your, I know I just have one, but have two. Have two. Two is better. Stand in Tadasana. Stand with your feet parallel and your legs as straight as your legs go. Lengthen through your spine. Stretch your arms by your side. And just again, come to that inhale and exhale and the balancing place right in the middle. So you're breathing down into your belly and then you're releasing air from your belly and you're feeling everything just come together to sort of assimilate right there in the center of your body where you connect to gut, to intuition, to wisdom, and you harness it to your power. Okay, inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. As you exhale from your hips, hinge forward. Take your hands down to your blocks. Of course, if you can reach the floor, you can go to the floor. If you can't, use your blocks. Then bend your knees, step your right leg way back. And if you're using the blocks, bring them back so that they're framing your foot. So they're in line with your front foot, one on either side. Just like that. Good. Now, make your back leg strong. Extend your spine a little longer. Bend your front knee over your ankle. And just hold here, pushing your right thigh bone up towards the sky. Then drop your right palm onto the floor or onto a block. You can keep it on a block. And twist your left arm up to the sky. Yeah. And then try to make that rotation happen in your belly. So keep pushing your right thigh up. Yeah. And turning or rotating around your spine. Feeling a congealing of energy, a gathering of energy right there in the belly, right there in the center that you can harness, that you can use for your own health, well-being. All right, exhale and release that hand back down, left hand down. Now drop your back knee down. And if your knee feels sensitive, you can fold your mat over or you can pull a blanket underneath your knee. So take a minute if you need to do that. And then pull energy up from your feet up into the belly till you feel steady and then take your hands up to your front thigh. Good, then we're gonna do an upright twist. So let's do it without hands first. Reach your right arm in front, reach your left arm behind. Belly to the left. Yeah. Turn towards your front leg. That's it. I'll put my back to you. That's good. Stay relaxed in your shoulders. Again, use the abdominal muscles to twist. Okay, now let your right hand find your left knee. Let your left hand find your leg behind you. If you can, to your right leg behind you. Yep. Then inhale again and use your hands to help find a deeper twist. Keep your gaze straight ahead if you feel wobbly. If you feel like you can twist your head and look over your shoulder, you can look back behind you. Okay, inhale and release your twist. Release your hands back down to floor or blocks. Lift your back knee back up. Step forward. Good. Switch your feet. Step your left foot back. That's good. Okay. Hands are on the floor or on blocks, but either way, they're in line with your foot. Yes, good. Then left hand plants down, twist to your right, take your right arm to the sky. That's good. Keep pushing your left thigh bone towards the ceiling, your left pressing out through your left leg as you turn to the right. So get that movement more in the upper body. Turn your belly, your ribs, and your shoulders a little bit. Good. Exhale, release your hand back down to the mat. Drop your back knee down to the mat. And then come upright, pull up from your feet, gather the energy and steadiness, stability right into the center. And then twist towards the right leg. Left arm forward, right arm behind you. Like that. Yeah, left arm forward, right arm back. Yep, use your belly muscles to twist. One more breath. Use the breath and the belly muscles to twist. Then hold opposite leg. So left hand, right hand, left leg. If you can reach, or just to your low back is fine. That's fine if that's where you can reach to. And then use your hand on your knee to twist deeper. So Michael, we're twisting towards the front leg unless you're doing that for a reason. If you're, okay, fine. One more breath. Okay, inhale and release your twist. We're gonna go back to tabletop now. So just slide that knee back. Take your big toes together. Widen out your knees, sit your hips back into child's pose. Yep, let your head, neck soften. When we work on Samana Vayu, we're working with balancing the inhale and the exhale, right? So when we worked on Pranavayu, it was more inhale we were focused on. When we worked on Apana Vayu, it was more exhale. When we're working with Samana Vayu, we're bringing the two into balance. So just try to have a sense that you're even in your inhale and your exhale, in the quality of a breath, in the pace of the breath, in the sound of the breath even. Try to make it even and steady, coming in and flowing out. All right, come on to tabletop. Come up to tabletop. And we're gonna work on plank a little bit. So you can work on a low plank. You can do this with your knees on the floor, which means the knees will be a little bit farther back. Or you can do it with your knees up off the floor in a higher plank. So either one of those. Make your arms nice and straight. Squeeze your legs and your hands towards each other. Good, now take your tailbone and your pubic bone down. Tuck your pelvis in a little bit. Tone your belly, lift your belly up. That's it. And draw your navel towards your spine. Lengthen your neck. Take one more breath. Good, and then just drop your knees. Drop your elbows for a minute. Turn your palms up. Squeeze out your wrists. So make a fist and then open your fingers. So just do a little stretch. If you have wrist challenges, there's a video up on our YouTube channel, on our social media this morning on wrist strengthening. So if you're looking for wrist strengthening, you can tune into the YouTube channel. There's some good videos there for that. We're gonna come back to one more plank. So find your way back to tabletop. The other thing you can do, which I didn't say the first time, is really grip your finger pads down. So spread out your fingers and really claw the mat so your fingers are doing more of the work and the weight's not just dumping into the wrist. All right, stretch your right leg back, your left leg back. Of course, if you need to do knees down, that's fine. Tone your glutes. Hug your legs towards each other. Tone your low belly. Sweep your navel towards your spine. Good, now keep all of that and just move back into downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Extend your spine. Extend your legs. If the knees need to be a little soft, that's okay. But pull your thigh bones back, your hips back. Okay, and we're gonna come down now onto the belly. So make your way down onto your belly. Rest your head on your hands. And for these first moments on the belly, use the awareness of your belly expanding into the floor to help make the breath sort of blossom through the whole torso. So the belly is going to be restricted with the belly on the floor. So make the breath, feel how the breath can then expand more into the sides and into the back so that the whole torso is filling and emptying with breath. All right, stretch your arms. Either bring your forehead or chin to the floor and then stretch your arms back behind you, palms down. Hug your legs towards each other. And then pull energy up the legs into the belly. Pull down from the crown of your head into the belly. So there's this consolidation of energy in the belly. And then lift everything you can up off the floor, arms, legs, head, all of it. And just work with that pulsing of breath as you're breathing in, drawing the awareness into the belly, concentrating the energy there, and then as you're breathing out, just let it flow out to the limbs, to the crown of your head. Take one more breath. Good, and then exhale and release. Turn your cheek over to the other side. Turn your cheek, I think we were on the forehead before, but we'll bring the cheek to the floor for a little neck stretch. Good, and then turn your head, rest the other cheek, stretching the other side of the neck. Noticing which side feels easier and which one feels more challenging for your neck. Again, just gleaning information, digesting information. All right, we're gonna take this into a thigh stretch. So a couple ways to do this. Let's start here. So let's start head on your, let's go head on your left arm. And then you're going to bend up your right knee and catch your right foot behind you. Or lay on your left side, bend up your right leg behind you. It doesn't matter which direction you're laying, how you're laying. I just want you to get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Knee, is that a knee thing?
I can't.
Knee, hip, I'll come over and help. Good. So you're holding your right foot. Yeah, there you go, perfect. Just like, that's great. That's great. I'm going to move it on your ankle. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
And just stay relaxed in that shoulder. You can even put your head on a block if you want. I know it's not like the squishiest block, but a little, more comfortable for your shoulder. All right, so your right heel's hugging in towards your butt. Okay, now move your navel towards your spine more. So almost feel like you're pulling your belly up and away from the floor a little more. And then hug your heel down a little bit more, and then you're just getting into the psoas attachment. And then one breath like that, root your tailbone, your pubic bone down, hug your heel in. Okay, and then release that foot. And switch. So head goes onto the right arm. Bend up your left knee. I can help you find the strap, Don, if you... Oh, okay, then, yeah. That's okay, that's okay. Good, so hug the heel towards your butt. Then do a little bit of navel to spine action, a little pelvic floor, drawing up and in action. And then a rooting. Yeah, is that, you feel like you get a stretch there?
Yep.
Yeah. Turn this hand around, actually. Hang on, hold it. Like, wait, no, other way, this way, this way, this way. So that this shoulder can move back at the same time. Yeah, there you go. All right, one more breath. Root your tailbone, your pubic bone down, hug your heel. Okay, and release your foot. Okay. Take a breath, again, using the belly, pressing into the floor to help the breath blossom into the side body, into the back body. And then we're going to do another abdominal thing here. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So come onto your elbows. Traditionally, the forearms are parallel for this pose, but if there's a shoulder issue going on, you can lace your fingers like this, and it'll make it a little easier in the shoulders. The hands can come together, so either one of those positions is fine. So as we come to this position, notice how the belly sort of likes to dump towards the floor, the chest collapses down, right? So push your elbows down, but draw your shoulders back. And then watch me for a second. So here's the move. It's just a slow roll up like this, and a slow roll down. I know it doesn't look like much, it's a lot. What it's not is this. So it's not like a piking back, right? There's not much involved. That's your legs doing the work. We want the abdominals to do the work. So elbows down, knees down, roll up slow, look to your belly, and then slowly roll back down. It's a small movement, but it's a really effective movement. Roll up slow, pull your sternum up, your navel, your belly button up, your tailbone down. And then slowly let the abdominals be the brakes. Do you guys feel this in your abs? Yeah, it's a big, right? It's a good, it looks like not much, but it's like such a good abdominal exercise. All right, do a couple more, focus a little on the breath, so really filling up with breath, and then really emptying out with breath. Muscles get stronger by expanding and contracting, not just contracting. So if you are a sucker inner, if you're a belly sucker inner, I will out myself. I was a belly sucker inner for a long time. It's not great for your abdominal muscles, your pelvic floor muscles. Do one more. They need to expand and contract. So it feels weird to breathe into the belly. Just remember, air has no calories. You can breathe into that space and it's all good. Okay, rest your chin or your forehead or your cheek and breathe. All right. We're going to come to a low plank and then into a dolphin pose. So this is a big stretch for the shoulders. We're going to start, same thing, forearms parallel. So this Sphinx position, forearms parallel or hands clasped, either one works. And then we're going to tuck the toes, squeeze the legs, pull energy up the legs into the center, and then lift, hips in line with shoulders. That's it. Tone your belly. You can do knees down. You can do knees down. That's good. That's good. Look forward slightly. Hold for a breath. Then start to walk your feet in like you're doing dog pose, but on your elbows. Start to walk your feet in, lift your hips up, push your elbows down. So it's like you're in dog pose, but you're on your elbows. I know it's a lot for the shoulders. Yeah, that's it, Stephanie. You got it. Michael, good. Yeah, like that, Margaret. You got it. Hips up high, hips up high. Push down through your elbows. Okay, walk your feet back out, drop your knees back down, sit back into child's pose. I know that's a lot. That's a lot. Sit back, hips to heels. Just stretch your arms out in front. Rest your head. Let your shoulders relax. Yeah.
When we're going up and down.
Up and, oh, the rolling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should you release on the way down? Release the abdomen.
All the way, you're saying?
Well, just release it. You know, when you're going up, you're certainly engaging, and then do you relax it on the way?
So you kind of are using it like the brakes. You know, so you're up like this, and then you're using it to slowly roll down, and then you don't want to just go into a collapse, obviously, okay. Right? So there is a release, but for me, there's always just this little lift and tone there, okay. Just keeping the low back supported, right? So you're not here, just collapsing. That just doesn't feel good, yeah. Right? It's not supportive for your low back. Okay. All right, let's come to sit. Enough of that craziness. Come, stretch your legs out in front. If your back feels tight, have a strap nearby for these next things. And if your back feels tight or your legs, your hamstrings feel tight, sit up on a blanket. Sit up on a blanket. That'll make life just gentler, and life's hard enough, so why not make yoga easier? You know, yoga doesn't have to be hard. Life's hard enough, right? Okay, reach down and just take the flesh from under your sit bones so that you really feel like you're sitting grounded. Yep. And stretch your legs out long in front of you, so just feel an extension of your legs out of your pelvis. If you're using the strap, that's fine, or you can press your fingertips by the floor and just get a lift and a lengthen for your torso. Okay, pull your right knee into your chest. Good. So we're going to twist here. You're going to take your right hand behind you. You're either going to hug your left knee with your right knee with your left elbow, or you're going to cross the outer elbow. If that feels like too much, just hug the knee. Yeah. And then check in with your right leg. So chances are the right leg is like, oh, I'm not part of this pose anymore. So make it part of the pose. The right leg is still extending. The toes are pointing up. Yes, that's good. The leg is still, the muscles of the leg are working. And then bracing your arm against your leg. Now just pulse with breath. As you breathe out and you feel the whole torso contract inwards, use your arm on your leg to twist a little deeper. And as you breathe in, there's an expansion and a lift. And as you breathe out, hug around the middle. Hug the fire in your belly and twist. Okay, good. Inhale and take a little counter twist. Keep your right leg where it is. That's it. Come to center. Actually, let's do this. We're going to drop the knee down to the side now. And if you've got a knee thing going on, you can always just put a block underneath to support the knee, if that would be a helpful thing to do. Okay, see that your right kneecap, left kneecap, left toes are pointing straight up. So again, the right leg still has a little bit of an inward rotation, which just opens up the low back and the back of the pelvis a little bit, and so helps us to move into these deeper forward bends. Okay, we're gonna hinge from the hip and reach for the foot or the strap. So if it's hard to reach your foot, hold the strap. That's it. And I want you to just be with a long spine for as long as you can. So pull your shoulders back, lengthen your spine, and then try to think about moving your belly towards your thigh and your thigh towards your belly. So belly to thigh, thigh to belly, even if it's really far away from it, just do that action of belly drawing down, thigh drawing up. That's stage 1 forward bend, long spine. Now let your shoulders relax, your head release, your neck soften. Let your head release towards your knee. And at the bottom of the breath now, pull your navel to your spine, dome your belly up and back, lifting your belly off your thigh. Yes. Yeah, try to keep that left heel on the floor and pressing down so it's not hyperextending into the back of the left knee. Okay, inhale, come on up. Stretch your right leg out. Good. Left knee in. Right leg is still active, toes pointing up, kneecap pointing up. And then twist left, left hand behind you. Right elbow hugging the knee or crossing to the outer knee. Yes. As you breathe in, you'll feel the breath expand into the belly, into the leg, into the knee. As you breathe out, you'll feel that contraction inwards. Let that help you deepen your twist. Do one more breath. Good. Inhale and face front. You can take a little counter twist. And then let the left knee drop to the left. Prop if you need to. We never want a knee to be yelling at us. We always want the knees to be happy. And stretching in the muscles is good. Stretching in the joints, not so good. Okay. So then hinge from your hip. You're holding your foot or you're holding your strap. And you're hinging right where the thigh bone comes into the hip. Hinging belly towards the thigh, thigh towards the belly. Keep a length to the spine to start. Hold for a breath. When you feel a lot of resistance, then let your head release, your neck release. And as you're breathing out, you're pulling your navel up towards your spine and moving your belly up and off your thigh. Both of those actions, stage 1, stage 2, both help us to draw around that energy center where our knowledge, our power comes together from all directions into the middle and upward. All right, inhale and come on up. One more forward bend. So just watch me for a second. If this, I'm hoping this is making sense, even though it may not be totally accessible in your body yet. So when we come into forward bends, you know, if we spend a lot of our life here, which we do, here and here and here and all those things that draw us here, and then we're coming into our forward bends and we're going from here to here, it's not bringing us to balance, right? So we want to come to extension first. So when we're coming into the forward bends, I don't have a strap, you can pretend my shirt is a strap. So I'm pulling a little bit, right? If you can reach your feet, you can do it with your hands. But it's this hinging from the hip action, belly towards the thigh. And we stay with that. And that might be where you stay for a while, right? Because it doesn't matter if you touch your feet. It doesn't matter if your head comes to your knee. None of that matters. What we want is that balancing actions of yoga that are going to help us balance out the rest of what we're doing in our lives. So hinge, stretch your legs straight out in front. Hinge from your hips. And hold either feet or strap, yeah. And then try to work your belly towards your thighs a little bit more. Keep your thigh bones grounded. You can keep your neck relaxed. Keep your shoulders relaxed. So this requires a little bit more work, yeah? Probably feeling that. And then if stage 2 would be beneficial, you let the elbows bend a little bit. You let your head release. And then you use the exhale and the lifting of the navel up towards the spine to help draw your head towards your knee and a little deeper into the forward bend. All right, one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, come on back up. Okay, excellent. We're going to sit and do a little bit of breath work. If it's torturous to sit, you can lay down on your back and do it. We just stay a little bit more alert when we're upright. And I'm going to invite you to do a Samana mudra. So this is a hand, mudras are hand movements, actions. that help to move energy in a particular way. So this mudra of the fingertips coming together with the thumb is Samana Mudra, and it's a way of, it's that coalescing energy. It's everything drawing into the center, and our fingers are doing the same. So thumb and fingers together, if you want to do it. Of course, nothing's ever mandatory. Rest the back of your hands on your legs and just hold your fingers. That's it. And then again, this is the balancing air where we come to the middle place. So we want an even inhale and exhale. So I'm going to do, we're going to do a little counting with the breath. So just let your breath fall into a natural rhythm. Just feel that your belly and your ribs are expanding and contracting with the breath, your chest, the whole of your torso, expanding with the inhale, contracting with the exhale. All right, and then let's breathe out together. So breathe out to the bottom of the breath. And then breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Keep going. If that pace is good for you, stay with it. If you need to do in 4, out 4, in 6, out 6, just make it even. Inhale and exhale, even with each other. Find a rhythm that feels comfortable. And as you're breathing, you're feeling your whole torso expand, front to back, side to side, top to bottom as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, a coalescing, a contracting in towards the center. 2 or 3 more breaths, your pace. After your next exhale, release the mudra from your fingers. Let your breath just fall into its natural pattern. Just take a moment to feel the effects, the pranayama, balanced breath, samavritti we call it. And then just begin to make your way down slowly onto your back for relaxation, shavasana. Stretch your legs out and just try to have a sense that your right arm and right leg and left leg are equidistant from the center of the body, and your left arm and your right arm and your left arm are equidistant from the sides, the center of the body. And then just let your body relax completely. Let your feet flop open, your feet, pinky toes just drop to the floor. Turn your palms to the sky so your shoulders can just roll back a little bit and relax into the floor a little more deeply. Relax through your hips and your pelvis. Soften all the muscles in your legs, your feet, your toes. Relax the muscles in your back and in your belly, in your shoulders, in your jaw. All the small muscles in your face, around your eyes, let them soften. Corners of your mouth, your tongue. Just feel yourself being breathed. Feel the inhale and the exhale coalescing into the middle, drawing you deeper and deeper into yourself and into that assimilating, digesting energy. And just rest there. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Let your body stretch, move, reawaken in any way that feels good to you. As you're ready, bend up your knees. Roll to your side and rest on your side for a couple of breaths. And then pressing into your hands, just make your way back up to seated. So these Vayus are at work inside of us all the time, helping us to receive, to eliminate, to process, to assimilate knowledge, wisdom, to integrate it into our power. And so by simply paying attention to them, we move into deeper alignment with these deeper, more subtle layers of our being. And we can direct the energy in a way that brings health, wellness to ourselves, to those in our lives around us. Let's bring our hands together at our heart center. I'd like to close with an Om. If you'd like to join in, take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thank you all. Thanks, everybody. Coming up, what do we have coming up? Let's see. Oh, first I printed out, since we've been doing these every week, I printed out a little chart if you want to keep track of all the Vayus. And if you're at home and you want one, just email me and I'll email it to you. And coming up we have, our stretch sale. It starts on Friday, discounted stretch sessions. It's about 10 days we're doing it. Those dates are up. Book club meeting is this Sunday. You could probably still read the book if you got a lot of time this week. And pop-up slow stretch tonight with Valerie. All right, great. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Rachel, thank you.
You're welcome.
I reclaimed the host again because it was the same thing. I'm going to have to research it now that you're off. I didn't want to disturb your class.
Okay, sure. Because it's showing gallery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just on the stream, not on the Zoom. I'm completely miffed about
No idea.
what on earth that could possibly be different between my computer and your computer. With the Zoom
Well, now
setting.
can you see the recording and see if it, sure it recorded that way, I guess, right?
Yeah, and then I switched it. So I switched it to me. It went back to speaker mode. And then I switched it back to you and it went back to gallery mode.
Okay, well. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, thank you. Thanks for being